On today's episode of the Best Practices Podcast, I got to sit down with Vincent Catucci of Alarm.com. We're discussing how to sell video as a service. So let's get right into it.
My name is Vincent Catucci, again, account executive that covers the Mid-Atlantic territories. With Alarm.com, we're always rolling out new updates, new integrations. So it's always a learning process for us internally, and then also making sure that you guys are fully aware of everything we have access to.
What is video as a service?
Yeah, so really, it's simple. It leverages cloud technology. So it's connecting the cameras to our back end, our network operations center. That allows for 256-bit encryption, so it protects the camera's security. But it allows customers to have the ability to access their video at any time. So they can log into the app or the website, they're able to view the live video stream. Plus, it provides kind of a proactive capability. So if your camera records activity at 10 p.m. at night, it can record that clip, send it to the customer. Even if you're on vacation in Greece, you get that notification that there's activity. And so we actually attach the video clip to the notification. You hit play on your phone and you can see in real time exactly what's going on. So really that capability, the proactive awareness, knowing exactly what's going on at all times. And then another key thing with video as a service is being able to integrate it with all of these other platforms. The integration with other solutions is the biggest benefit. Partners being able to manage everything through one app, and you can tie all of these different services in. And what's great is when everything's communicating together, it makes it so much smarter. Like being able to create a rule. Let's say it's a commercial location, and when I come in the morning, I swipe my card. That can disarm that security system, unlock the door, and when I walk through the door, that camera can record me walking through the door, send a notification to the business owner in real time, so he can make sure it was me coming through. I didn't give my card to somebody else. I didn't have a group of people with me. So they're able to monitor that in real time. But then it's also great, let's say they're busy and they don't have time to look at that video clip right now. It's so easy for customers to be able to locate specific activity. They can just go into the event history, click on a button, like the card swipe at 9 a.m., and it'll take them right into the recorded clip. So it's from a customer standpoint, it's so easy for them to manage everything that it really, it provides that value to that customer. And then another thing I will say too, software as a service, video as a service means because we're always connected, we're always able to send updates to the devices. So when we roll out a new feature, as a dealer, an integrator, you don't have to roll a truck, go on site, replace equipment in order to give them access to new service. So, a perfect example, something called business activity analytics. Has anyone here heard of our business activity analytics capability? Yeah, so what you're able to do, it's leveraging analytics to tripwires and ground zones, but making it more of a commercial focused feature. So you can create a ground zone around the checkout register and say if there's 10 people in line or you're waiting 10 plus minutes, send a notification to the shift manager. Let's open up a second line to get everyone out of line faster. And for a small business, that is hugely beneficial. The last thing you want is people walking into your location, seeing a line and leaving, and that's revenue now walking out of the location. So being able to call attention to that activity. So business activity analytics is something we rolled out fairly recently, but we're able to push it out to the existing cameras. So as a dealer, you're able to go into the service package, you can enable it for that customer, and you don't have to now go on site and switch out the equipment to give them access to that. They're automatically being able to get access, push it to the customer, and now the customer can take advantage of it.
So I want to highlight that because what we've just done is when the end user is coming to the dealer saying, hey, I just need some security cameras. But the value that you're now adding is this isn't just for your security, but this is also affecting your revenue.
Yes.
Like the example you just gave, I'm going to help make sure that you're not losing customers. You're going to monitor things that you had no ability to have eyes on. So that's adding value. That's service, on top of just the product you install and you're done. And it's just security.
Exactly. Being able to know that you're offering a customer something now that in 12 months is going to have so many new features, so many new integrations. And what do those integrations and features do for you as an integrator? It allows you to generate that more money for a customer account. But you're also providing value. It's not just revenue. It's the fact that you're providing a service to the customer that they're getting that benefit from.
I like that. I like that. But why should integrators, the security integrators, be offering video as a service?
I mean, honestly, it's the engagement it drives. So we do, we have a lot of data that's coming in from our customer accounts. And it is interesting, we do show customers that have video integrated with security, they're logging in 3 times more on a regular basis. And so when they're logging in more, that means they're more engaged. So what does that mean? They're going to be less likely to cancel service, but it also means at the end of the contract, they're going to be more likely to renew service because when you're using something every day, you don't want that service to go away. So it ensures that life that is going to extend for that customer. And then what we also show is when you have those different services integrated, customers start proactively asking, what else can I add to the system? So, the fact that if it's a residential account and you have video and security, well, hey, can I add a doorbell here? Can I add a garage door integration? Do you have a thermostat I could add? On commercial, hey, do you guys support access control? So it allows you to tie all of these different features right into that one app, one solution. So it's hugely beneficial for partners being able to have everything tied into one. And I will say too, we have some other great resources. We have like marketing resources. So like video clip branding is another key feature that partners have access to. And so the way that would work is, I'm sure you've seen videos where somebody catches something cool on their doorbell or their camera, and they download it and they put it on social media or they send it to friends and family, and now it's gone viral. And what we do is give you the ability to co-brand that.
Okay.
So it would say, SDS in the logo. People see that video online, they're like, wow, that's something I want to get access to. They call SDS, and now you guys are able to get more customers and drive that engagement. So it's very beneficial, the fact that we're always building out new services, new integrations. And so again, because it's software as a service, as an integrator, you don't have to switch equipment to give customers access to these new features. It's always growing with the customer.
Yeah. How can they educate their clients on that?
So honestly, the best thing I always recommend partners doing is we do have a demo account or a no charge option. So you're able to set up a system in your home or your office, and it allows you to get familiar with it. So that way, when you're in front of a customer, you can show them. The other great thing is that it gives them the firsthand experience. When they can see the app, when they can see how easy it is to navigate and how you can add everything into the one app and how it's a one-touch solution, it really shows them, the customer helps them understand why they'd want to get that service. And so that's something I would definitely recommend. Plus, it gives you great use case scenarios. Like if you have it in your home and the floodlight and the AI deterrence kick in and scare somebody off, and you're relaying that story to the customer, that paints that picture. They're like, oh yeah, that definitely makes sense and something I'd want to get set up here. So the demo account, the no charge account, I recommend all partners getting that set up. Plus, it gives your technicians an opportunity to mess around with like installing equipment. They know how it works. So that's big. And then I would say too, we have another feature called Showpad, which is on the marketing side. But that's a great tool because we pull a lot of different collateral. So it's things among all the features we support, garage doors, thermostats, cameras, doorbells. And so it's all consolidated into one spot. And so let's say you're talking to a customer and they say, I'm interested in access control and video and a doorbell. So you can pull files specific to those features and email it to the customer. And what's great is you can actually see when they open it. How often did they open it? Did they spend more time looking at one specific feature? So maybe I could adjust my presentation based off of their behavior. So, and it's great, it's not self-reporting, it's actually showing their actual openings and how often are they spending in the files. So it's accurate information. And so that's another great tool. I would say Showpad is a tool that all of our partners should leverage because you can educate customers on everything, all platform, all services.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got a dealer who's got the two options. They've got a stationary system they can just install, be done with it, no recurring revenue. Then they have Alarm.com an option like that, video as a service, and they're presenting it to the customer, maybe they're getting pushback and saying, yeah, it seems like it'd be less expensive. What is the answer to that cost?
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling maybe it's not as less expensive as they think it is, going that route. So what is the response to that?
Right, yeah. So honestly, what we see is and that's where the demo comes in handy, when they can see firsthand the app, how everything is so easy to navigate, and creating different rules and scenes that ties everything within the platform into one button push.
Yeah.
That reinforces the value because they see how easy it is to use.
Yeah.
And what you also see is it can clutter up, if you're having single disparate apps for access control and video and intrusion, it's harder to navigate and manage from a customer standpoint, from a manager standpoint. So when everything is tied into one, it just shows them that it's easy to navigate, and you're making one button push to make everything within the system happen.
Anything else you want to add to this discussion?
Yeah, so I will say in terms of video, I think what we're seeing is really a shift from traditional reactive video to more proactive video, and really turning cameras into a deterrent. So what we're seeing now is we just rolled out a feature called remote video monitoring. I'm not sure if anyone here has heard of that before, but you're able to create rules where if cameras see activity within a certain time frame, we can actually send a link to the central station. So the operator is able to now see exactly what's going on site. And then if the cameras are two-way talk down, so like our floodlight, for example, the operator can speak to that person and tell them, hey, you're on private property, you need to leave or else we're going to dispatch the police. And being able to prevent that break-in, that really seems to be something that's the shift in the industry. Everyone wants to be able to offer that. And if you think about it, if you save a break-in, if you prevent that, for like a business owner, if their next event, their next networking event, and they're telling everybody in the network, wow, you got to reach out to SDS, they have this great solution that helped me prevent this break-in, that's going to provide even more leads and referrals back to you as a business.
This episode of the Best Practices Show is brought to you by Security Central. If you're an Alarm.com dealer, Security Central is the best choice for your customers. They offer full support for every Alarm.com integration and a wide range of monitoring capabilities. Security Central is also one of the most experienced monitoring stations when it comes to video, making them a top choice for dealers looking to offer reliable, advanced video solutions. They work directly with you to build custom solutions that fit the specific needs of your customers. And with their suite of business services and monitoring technology, they make it easy to scale your business. When you partner with Security Central, you are partnering with a passionate team dedicated to your success. Join the Security Central family today and elevate your monitoring experience. Visit security-central.com to learn more.
Yeah, I will say too, we do have another feature called AI Deterrence, which is along the same lines. You're creating a rule, and what will happen is if the cameras see activity, something happens. With AI Deterrence, though, instead of going to a central station operator to see activity, there's actually an AI voice built into the camera. And so it can call it. I think we might share this.
At the HQ,
and so with that, what's great is because it's using AI, it can actually see what you're wearing and where you're located. So it would be able to say, hey, you in the navy blue shirt and khaki pants over by the awning, you're on private property and you need to leave or else we're going to dispatch the police. And if you think about it, if you're an intruder, you hear that voice, you're gone. You're not waiting to see if that's an actual person. And so being able to scare somebody off to prevent them from moving in, taking equipment and leaving, that's definitely the shift because traditionally video is, okay, there's a break-in. Now you come in Monday morning, you see that, okay, let's go pull the video. Yeah, you see some guys walking off and they're wearing masks. We can't see who it is, so not much we can do at this point. Being able to proactively prevent that from happening, that's
where you're saving the money. And that's where it becomes less expensive to go with the video.
Exactly. Being able to prevent the break-in is that capability is hugely beneficial.
Probably just did, but I want to give you the opportunity to tell us a little bit about what Alarm.com is doing to innovate in this space and what things are coming down the pipe.
Well, so the proactive capabilities, I think that's huge. It's funny, we were just talking beforehand, another thing we did acquire was a company named Ventra, which is also another large-scale analytics solution. So That's going to be a solution where if you're, a zoo and a little boy gets lost, you'll be able to type in a search function, 10-year-old boy, blue shirt, green pants, and it'll be able to pull up all of the hits that it sees within the cameras. So that's going to be a little ways off, but it is an integration we are working on. We just acquired them last year. I will say too, also within video specifically, we're going to be rolling out quite a few cameras. So we want to make sure we're supporting as many form factors as possible. So we'll be rolling out cameras throughout the year. We also have third-party camera integration. So we're able to take any OnVIF Profile S cameras and tie it into the platform. So that's another thing. We're seeing pretty significant adoption there because customers, again, going back to the one app solution, being able to tie the cameras into the security system is a big benefit for them. So we're seeing quite a bit of adoption on third-party cameras. And then we do have something that's also on the commercial side called shooter detection services. I'm not sure if we mentioned that much at the event, but it's a gunshot detection service that we recently acquired. And so with that, what's great, so it's a sensor, it's an indoor sensor. You can install it. It runs PoE back to a cell device. And it's looking for dual authentication, essentially. It's looking for a flash and then also a frequency, which happens after a gun is shot. And so it needs to see both of those before it'll send notifications to the recipients about the shooting incident. And then if you tie that in with video, now you're getting notifications of the gunshot. You can pull up the live video. You can see what's going on. Where is it? Because what we've heard is a lot of times in these kinds of incidents, it's usually 2.5 minutes before anyone calls police. People hear gunshots. They don't think it's gunshots. They wander into the location to see exactly what's going on, so that can cause even more damage. So being able to mitigate that as much as possible, send notifications, alert people to the activity. We're able to alert the central station. And imagine from a first responder standpoint, now instead of showing up at a location having no idea where anyone is, being able to relay, okay, the shots are in the lobby, and hey, it's a guy wearing the purple sweatshirt and the jeans. Being able to relay that information to people, again, that's hugely beneficial to help mitigate quite a bit of damage that can happen. On the residential side, just one thing else to be aware of, we just rolled out, this is more on the software side, but there's a feature called a safety button, which I think is also, we're seeing some traction. And so that's a feature where you press and hold a button within the app. And let's say, we're seeing adoption within commercial locations pretty significantly. Like if it's a convenience store and you close up at 2 a.m., and as an employee, you get a little worried because you're now walking through the parking lot to get to your car. So you go into the alarm.com app while you're locking up, press and hold that button. You get to the car, no problem. Take your finger off the button, punch in your code, and it's canceled. But if it's a scenario where something's going on, you take your finger off that button, you don't punch in your code, there's going to be a text and a call that comes in from an operator. If you don't respond to those, or if you answer and say, yeah, something's going on, I want you to dispatch, they will dispatch to the location that the phone is located. So that's something that we're seeing largely. It's like those kinds of scenarios, commercial, convenience stores, or just businesses that are closing up late at night. And employees have made a comment to owners like, hey, I get a little worried when I'm locking up at night. It's like being able to push that out to their phone, that peace of mind is a huge convenience for customers.
If there's anybody watching that wants to, reach out to you, give some support questions, anything like that, what's the best way to reach you?
Yes. So midatlanticsales@alarm.com is my email distribution that goes to myself and my inside rep Samantha, who covers the Mid-Atlantic with me. Or you can reach out to me directly. My email address is vcatucci@alarm.com. I'll spell that since that's not the easiest. So it's V like Virginia, C-A-T like Thomas, U-C-C-I @alarm.com. And so that's definitely a great way to reach out if you're interested in getting set up as a dealer. I'll mention our public website, alarm.com. If you want to become a dealer, if you scroll down to the bottom of that page, there's a become a partner link. Click on that. You can submit the application to get set up as a dealer. Or if you're a current dealer, you go to alarm.com/dealer. We do talk with partners that are like, I haven't logged in forever. How do I get in? There is a forgot your login and password link at the bottom of the page. If you click there, you can reset it so that you can get access to the page. So that's another thing just wanted to point out. But I will also mention some other great places to go to see more information is that alarm.com/hardware page. That shows all the hardware integrations. That remote video monitoring feature too, I mentioned. We have a great site, alarm.com/RVM. So if you go there, it will show all the central stations that fully support our platform and that remote video monitoring service. And I'll mention too, if you guys are working with a central station that doesn't support it, you can reach out to our support department, support@alarm.com, and the central station can have that conversation so that they can get set up to offer it. So there's nothing limiting, like we can work with any central stations out there to provide the service. So yeah, you can go there to see who does support it, but if you're working with the central station and they don't support it, work with us and we can get that set up.
Well, I appreciate this discussion.
Yes,
it's been great, and I appreciate it. And I think we learned a lot today, so I appreciate
Absolutely.
that. Thank you very much.
Perfect. No, thank you very much. And yeah, looking forward to answering any questions anyone has about the alarm.com platform.
We hope you enjoyed that discussion. If you have any feedback on today's episode, please leave a comment below. If you're a product manufacturer or service provider who would like to sponsor an episode of the Best Practices Show, email me at bestpracticesshow@gmail.com. Thank you to alarm.com and Security Central for sponsoring today's episode. And thank you for listening and watching. Stay safe. We'll see you soon. God bless you.